Hello and welcome to another episode with the Autistic Angler. Today I'm back at Farlington Marshes on a lead recovery mission. It's low tide. Looks a bit muddy, but we'll have a look. We lost a few weights here, so I bought my spade and bucket, so if I can see any bait I'll get it. So I'm at the entrance to the storm drain. And there's an old trolley here, so just having a look to see if there's anything there. Can't see any line or weights or anything. Looks like there might be a few crabs around. Yeah, I don't actually think a lot of people fish here, so there's a bit of plastic there. So we'll have a good look out here amongst all this seaweed, because I think this is where some of it is likely to be. Seems like it's could be a good place for crabs, though. And I suspect that anything that's lost is on the other side of this little waterway, which I also suspect would be a bit too muddy to get into. Can't see any lugworm casts here. Okay, somebody has been digging out here. I wonder if there's any ragworm here. But you can see it's very black and yucky here. So I don't know how much of that you heard, but a chap came along and he was the, let's call him the drainage inspector. And me and him just removed that trolley. It's up the top, but we can't put it anywhere, so I suspect that somebody will throw it back down. And as I was moving it, I saw a few, just saw a crab then. You won't see much all this rubbish, but there are crabs down in amongst there. Yes, oh, there's a few. There's a little one there. Anyway, let's get back to my walking around looking for the weights. It's not looking too hopeful, to be honest. But there's always a chance, so I'm not in a hurry. We'll have a good look around. And there's an awful lot of winkles here. I'm looking for any sign of any line rather than anything else. Just test my feet in this wet stuff. Yeah, that doesn't seem too deep. Walking down this little creek, having a look in the mud out there. And I bet this other stuff's a bit, yeah, it's muddy, but it's not too bad. So I was fishing on this side. I don't think I lost anything. Look at all these stones. This looks like crab heaven. If they can get under them. Hello, a little bit of scrouchy mud. So, I've had a quick glance around, so now I've got to go back over my steps and do a thorough stone by stone search, I think. It's strange, you know. Just over there, there's millions of lugworm. I can't see any casts here. There's a few big old rocks out here. Oh, are you zoomed in? No, you're not. There's a few big old rocks. Can't see any line or tackle yet. Hello, something what's that? No. The thing is, around here, there seems to be a lot of really long, thin seaweed. Which you could be fooled into thinking was line. But I suspect if I'm going to find any of them, that'll be the other side of the storm drain. Because it was over that side, I think. I know Jade and Charlie broke off a few times between them, but I've lost a couple of the blue breakaway leads. Now they're not cheap, that's why I've gone to the trouble of coming out. Yeah, isn't it funny? I thought around here would be just as bad as where I live, that you put your foot down and you go up almost to the top of your wellies, but it's not too bad, to be honest. Right, here's the storm drain. Now let's think, they were up there. Oh, lots of things moving in the water here. Is that little fish? Don't know what it was, something that was darting around. Yeah, there's loads of them. I don't know if they're fish or if they're sand fleas. It looks like they're very, very small fry. Which is, I guess, why one of the reasons why there's so many bird footprints here. Right. See what I mean? Look at that line there. That looks, at a distance, awfully like fishing line. Now, as it was only a day or two, you would have thought it wouldn't have been covered over with the mud yet. Okay, this is interesting. Bottom of this creek. This is walkable. Big mud bank here. God, it stinks. Yeah, oh, it is fish. Loads of baby fish. Don't know if you can see them. Yeah, you can. Have no idea what they are. Yeah. Whether they're sand gobies. Don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to walk out anymore. It's getting a bit muddy down here now, look. I don't need to get stuck just for the sake of getting stuck. I think this is going to be a fruitless lead search. Now, looking at this, why did the bass go up here? I understand if they'd come up this channel, so this channel's quite a good mark, but I can't see how you'd know where the channel was if you're casting out blind. So that's fascinating, seeing something at low tide that you've been fishing at high tide. But I've heard that said before, that if you're going to fish somewhere, you should always check it at low tide first to see what you're fishing over. I never do, I just go there and chuck a line out. What's that? It's nothing. I'm trying to remember when people broke their lines the other day. I think it was on the casting. I don't think it was on retrieval and snagging up. So by that train of thought, look, there you go, this is this blooming seaweed that looks just like fishing line. On that train of thought, of course, anytime I've broken off, the weight has gone flying out. So even Jade's little weights would have gone out into that mud. So I don't know. But she was fishing just about there, casting out this way. Charlie broke out, but Charlie was chucking it, so his would be right out in the mud, I suspect. Oh well. At least I've come and had a look. The thought of just leaving them here for somebody else to pick up, when I've paid for a couple of them. And I think that's my problem. I don't normally pay for more weights. So I haven't actually shelved out some pennies. Don't really want to just leave them lying in the mud. I'll have a look closer into the shore. Actually, while I think about it, when all my stuff fell in the water, God, look at that! Look at the state of that oyster. That mucky old thing. Yeah, all my stuff fell down because I was just here, and it all fell down about here. So let's just check to see if there's any of my stuff still here. I think Jade picked most of it up, if not all of it. Oh, look! There you go. That's the result. That's one of mine. No, I can't see anything else. There's a lighter over there, I'll pick that up. That's not mine. That's not mine. No, I think Jay did a marvellous job of wading up. Oh, there's another one of mine here. Let's see, where is it on the camera? Yeah, just there, look. Actually, That's not one of mine. Oh well, bonus. Picked up a cartridge. No, that's good then. So we didn't leave anything here apart from that one cartridge weight, which I've recovered. And a couple of other bits of rubbish. And we've moved that thing. So, yeah. If I don't find anything, at least it hasn't been completely wasted time. Now let's have a look. Do you know what? I'm going to leave you here. It's a bit troublesome carrying the camera around while I'm doing all this. Right, this is a bit sad. So I was just thinking I've come to the end of my search and I remembered something from years ago when I was bringing up my kids. I can't remember now what it was, but the expression that I thought of was, I searched and searched and searched the dump. I don't know if it was Biff and Chip or something, but it was something about a lost teddy bear. Tells you something about my brain, doesn't it? If while I'm looking for bait, all I can come up with is an old, well, you don't call it a poem, would you? An old line for a kid's book. Anybody know what that was then? I'm sure it was one of the books they brought home from school. It was around the time of the same book that I used to read to them, Peace at Last. And that was about a daddy bear trying to get some sleep at night. But I searched and searched and searched the dump. I'm sure it was all in, at the time, I'm sure it was all rhyming anyway. Right. So I'm going to have a look where the gonna have a look at this seaweed by the storm drain and see if there's anything in there worth collecting. And I think they all charged into this. Got to be careful here because I'm so close to up the top here. So there could be glass, there could be needles, there could be anything down here. Yeah, it looks like this seaweed's all been collected because of the trolley. No sign of the crabs at Scarford yet. Keep wondering what I'm going to come across. Ah, what are you? You'll do nicely. Okay, you dead? Are you in the peeler? Whatever this thing is, yeah. That's at it. Don't want to use that. Whole point of this is trying to get some fresh. Got some half dead stuff. Well, that's just disappointing. I thought I was going to get loads of. Oh! Looking at plastic and one scurried. There's one. There's another one. Yeah, come here. You're a male, so you can go back in there. Trouble is, those little cocks are too aggressive. But really, I don't know why I don't pick them up as well. It's funny with fish, we always put the females back. But with crabs, I always put the males back. So there you go, not a lot in there. So, sun's quite hot. Like I say, oh, there's a nice one. Like I say, I am planning on getting out tonight. Or this afternoon. So I think I'll leave it like that for now. So, down on the mark then, just setting up. And we're a couple of hours before high tide. Or about an hour, or I don't know.
Charlie, I've got a slight problem.
Right, it's 5 o'clock.
Yes.
And high tide is 6 o'clock. So that's an hour before high tide then. So it's me, Jade and Charlie again. Found a nice spot in the shade.
Oh, slight problem.
What? And apparently there's some rain coming in later. I've just seen Mick, the gentleman that gave me some rag the other day. He's had some bites. Right. So I'm just going to use the same as I had again the other day, the Spod Rod and the Rovex. You've got distance to cast here, not like the other day.
Yeah, but the only annoying thing is when you reel in, you've got a bunch of bloody seaweed in front of you.
But reel in quickly. Cool, fishing. So on the first one I put out a bit of mackerel, and on this one I've got a crab. Don't know if the crab's going to stay on. Yes it did. And it's out there, so see if there's a bass that wants a crab. I don't think there's any hounds in the harbour, but you never know your luck. We've obviously changed venues. We're back where we were yesterday and where I was this morning. And on the other
What? What did you say?
and the other venue we didn't get any bites. So hopefully we will here. So on the gravel I chucked out one of my cotton bud rigs with a bit of mackerel and a lugworm. And on this one it's going out with 2 bits of sand eel on. And if I've got a plan, this one is going out so far. But it's difficult to cast, as we said yesterday. Right, if I go, Jade's there, right. That'll do. So let's see if we have any luck at this mark then. I didn't say, but it's just about an hour after high tide. So the water should start moving soon and hopefully the bass should start biting. Concentrate on what you're doing. And does that feel better straight away?
Yeah.
There.
I still didn't get further though.
So I was just talking to Charlie and Jade. If we don't get any bites tonight, I'm going to be a bit disappointed. Compared to the night before last. Because we haven't got any fresh worm. But we've got a load of different baits out. We've got squid out. We've got mackerel and sand eel. And frozen blacks as well. I have to put my thinking cap on if we don't catch anything. Alright, see what happens then. So there's the trolley that we brought up this morning. Not that you need to see a shopping trolley, but we've seen a couple of fish moving out there, so hopefully it shouldn't be long before we get a bite. But Jay's had a couple of small inquiries on her squid. Just keeping our fingers crossed at the moment.
Mine, if my rod keeps going, then yours will keep going.
Went the one, so. This is the one with mackerel and black lug on. No, nothing yet. At least they're biting. Hey? Yeah. So I just reeled the Grovel in after I had that bite. And the mackerel was missing, but the black lug, which had run out of juice, so I've just put two bits of mackerel back on, and it's back out. I'll have a look in the other one in a minute. Yeah, I didn't say, I've just chucked mackerel out on both rods now, so there's 4 pieces of mackerel out on my rods anyway. Tide's dropping quite quickly.
We've got a bit of squid for take.
I've been eaten.
Yeah, crabs.
Only 1 bite for me and a couple of tickles for Jade.
Nothing for me.
Now, yet again, this has seemed to be a bad mark for Charlie. So just 1 big bite between us, so that's me done.